9 things to let go of after 60 for a happier, healthier retirement. If you're over 60, you've likely spent decades working diligently, raising a family, caring for others, and doing what was necessary. Now, as you enter this new phase, whether you call it retirement, reinvention, or simply your time, something profound begins to shift. You realize life isn't about chasing more. It's about choosing better. But here's a truth rarely discussed. Living better often means letting go. It's not about adding more to your life, but removing habits, beliefs, and pressures that no longer serve you. In this guide, we'll explore 9 things to consider releasing after 60. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because you deserve more joy, peace, and freedom. Drawing from over a decade of conversations with people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, these insights reveal what it truly means to live well. Stay with me until the end. The final point might change how you approach tomorrow. Let's dive in. 1. Stop saving out of fear. The first thing to let go of after 60 is saving money out of fear. Saving has likely been a lifelong habit. Saving for a rainy day, for retirement, for a just in case. That mindset was valuable, but after 60, it can hold you back. The purpose of saving was to secure your future self. But what happens when that future is now? What if you've saved enough, your needs are met, yet you're still afraid to spend? I once met a man with over $2 million in retirement accounts, a paid-off home, and no debt. Yet, he hesitated to take vacations, buy a camper, or even enjoy a nice dinner out, always worrying, what if something happens? What if we need the money later? I asked him, what if you never use it? What if later doesn't come as you expect? That question lingered with him, and it might resonate with you too. Saving is crucial, but at some point, you must trust the life you built. If your basic needs are covered, give yourself permission to spend, not recklessly, but without guilt. Your money isn't just for emergencies. It's for living, for connection, for joy. Shift your mindset. Instead of what if I run out, ask, what's worth spending on while I can? Your time is now, not someday. 2. Stop spending on things that don't bring joy. The second thing to release is spending money on things that don't bring you joy. Once you've allowed yourself to spend, ensure it's on the right things. Too often, we spend out of habit, guilt, or obligation, buying to keep up appearances, please others, or fill an unnamed void. But how much of your spending truly makes you happy? I spoke with a woman in her early 70s who spent thousands yearly on clothes she never wore, gifts she felt pressure to give, and gadgets bought on sale. Yet, the memory she cherished most was a $600 flight to surprise her sister for her birthday. They laughed, cried, and shared late-night memories, a weekend worth more than all her shopping sprees. That's the difference between spending and spending well. After 60, align your spending with what you value most. Perhaps travel, your grandchildren's education, weekly dinners with friends, or a comfortable chair for your back. Let go of spending that feels heavy, meaningless, or driven by guilt, fear, or the need to impress. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how you enjoy your life. And remember, joy doesn't always cost money. Sometimes it's a quiet moment on the porch, a handwritten letter, or a walk in nature. Before you spend, ask, does this support the life I want, or is it just noise? Spend intentionally, with heart, for meaning, not more or less. 3. Stop trading time for money. The third thing to let go of is trading your time for money unless it still brings meaning. For most of your life, time and money were tied together. You worked for a paycheck, even when it was tough. That was necessary to build your life. But now, time is your most precious currency. Ask yourself, are you working because you love it or because you're afraid to stop? Does your job give you purpose or does it just keep you busy? I'm not saying retire just because you're 60. If your work brings joy, energy, and connection, keep going. But do it by choice, not habit or fear. I knew a high school teacher who, at 62, was asked, when will you retire? He replied, when I stop loving it. He taught until 67, then one day felt it was time to stop. He left with peace, not regret. That's what I wish for you. But I also see people who stay in unfulfilling jobs because they don't know who they are without them or fear slowing down. Here's the truth. You can always earn more money, but you can't earn more time. Once the day is gone, it's gone. If your work fulfills you, continue with pride. But if it drains you or holds you back on the life you want, It may be time to let go. You've traded time for money long enough. Now trade time for meaning. 4. Stop putting off experiences. A fourth thing to release is postponing the experiences you've always wanted. How often have you said, I'll take that trip someday. I'll learn that skill next year. Or I'll start that adventure when things settle down. But someday isn't a date, and for many it never arrives. I met a couple who dreamed of a cross-country trip in an Airstream trailer. They had the money and time, but kept saying, next summer. A health scare made them realize they'd been waiting for permission that wouldn't come. They hit the road, and 6 months later, they said it was their best decision. Not because it was perfect, but because they did it. What have you been delaying? A trip, a hobby, a visit with a friend, a letter you meant to write? Why not now? You don't need to wait for full retirement, perfect timing, or anyone's approval. Waiting often hides fear. Fear of change, of trying something new, of prioritizing yourself. But what if you let go of waiting this year? You're not too old, it's not too late, and you're allowed to create magical memories at any age. The world still holds wonder. Say yes to it. 5. Stop neglecting your health. The fifth thing to let go of is neglecting your health. This is a sensitive topic, but it's critical. Many think of retirement in terms of years left, 15, 25, or more. But the real question is, how many healthy years do you have? Without health, money, plans, or a beautiful home lose their value if you lack the energy or ability to enjoy them. Would you rather have $20 million but feel sick, tired, and in pain daily, or $1 million and feel vibrant and strong? Most choose the latter, but live chasing the former. The good news? You don't need a drastic overhaul. Start small. Walk more each day. Choose water over soda. Stretch in the morning or join a fitness class for your age group. Light strength training can boost balance, energy, and independence. This isn't about weight loss or chasing youth. It's about preserving your freedom to play with grandchildren, travel without pain, or wake up energized. Your body is your vehicle for the life you want. It needs care and maintenance. Make that doctor's appointment you've avoided. Take a walk around the block, or cook one healthy meal this week. Health isn't about perfection. It's about momentum. Start now. 6. Stop worrying about what others think. The sixth thing to release is caring about what others think. For much of your life, you've been shaped by others' expectations, being a good parent, employee, or friend. But after 60, ask, who am I living for now? A woman in her mid-60s hesitated to take a painting class, fearing it was silly at her age or that she wouldn't be good. I told her, so what if they think that? She took the class, and it transformed her, not because she became a renowned artist, but because she did something for herself unapologetically. The older you get, the more freedom you earn to ignore others' opinions. Wear bold colors, travel solo, or say no to exhausting family gatherings. You have that right. This isn't about being selfish. It's about living authentically to avoid regret. Hospice nurse Bronnie were noted the top regret of the dying. I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected. Don't let others' standards make you disappear from your own life. Release the pressure to impress. Say what you mean, do what you love, and be yourself fully, honestly, beautifully. 7. Stop consuming doom and gloom. The seventh thing to let go of is constantly watching doom and gloom media. Stay informed is important, but there's a difference between awareness and being emotionally consumed. If you watch hours of news daily, you might feel the world is collapsing, that stress, anxiety, and fear accumulate, taxing your body and mind, stealing your peace. Have you ever met someone who felt better after watching 3 hours of news nightly? Neither have I, but I've met many who, after stepping away from the news cycle, felt happier, more hopeful, and present. News is often designed to hook your attention through fear, not to inform. After 60, your attention is a precious resource. You choose where it goes. Focus on what's broken, or seek what's still beautiful. Kindness, good people, music, laughter, learning, and love. Stay informed, but protect your peace. Limit news intake. Turn off the TV when needed. Choose uplifting stories. And read sources that respect your intelligence, not just your fear. Ask, does this help me act, improve my life, or just make me feel helpless? You've earned the right to spend your energy on what you can control, not fear. 8. Stop ignoring your financial plan. The eighth thing to release is ignoring your financial plan or obsessing over it. Some avoid finances entirely, saying, it's too overwhelming or I'll deal with it later. But avoidance lets problems grow. After 60, understanding your finances is crucial. How much income do you need monthly? Are you prepared for health changes or unexpected costs? You don't need to be an expert, but you need a plan for peace of mind. Conversely, some obsess over every dollar asking, will vacation hurt my tax efficiency? They delay joy for spreadsheets. You didn't save to stare at numbers. You saved to live. Consult your advisor. Check your accounts. Ensure your basics are covered. Then let go. A great retirement plan isn't just a high balance. It's a life well lived. Stop avoiding finances out of fear. Stop obsessing out of anxiety. And use your money as a tool for the life you want, one joyful decision at a time. 9. Stop living like you have forever. The final thing to let go of is living as if you have unlimited time. This isn't to scare you, but to urge you to live fully. By your 60s, loss, whether of a parent, sibling, or friend, has likely reminded you life is finite. We know this, yet we delay, waiting for the right moment. But you don't know how much time remains, making today precious. I ask clients, if you knew this was your last year, what would you do differently? Who would you call? What would you say or stop tolerating? What would you start? Most answer quickly, but return to old habits. What's stopping you from acting now? You don't need a crisis to wake up. Forgive someone. Start a journal, book a trip, take a class, plant a garden, or say, I love you before it's too late. You can't do everything today, but you can start. This isn't about fearing death. It's about respecting life, honoring your one irreplaceable life. You're here breathing with today. That's reason enough to stop waiting and start living.